Good morning, Rest Friends. How are you? Welcome to our WrestleMania. I was going to say WrestleMania recap. Lord Jesus, Rest Friend.
Restaurant, where are you?
Our WrestleMania prediction show. It's Friday morning. So sorry, guys. There was, you guys don't even know how we got to this point right now. But thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Iridian, and I'm joined by my beautiful, lovely Rest Friend, Teddy. How are you?
Hi, restaurant. I'm good. How are you? How are you doing this beautiful morning?
I'm doing so good. I talked to you a little before we started recording, and
Hmm.
I'm like, WrestleMania's next week. I'm like in the middle of packing and in the middle of like laundry. So there's so much. And I'm not gonna lie. So my suitcase was ready 2 weeks ago. And I like maybe not 2 weeks ago, like a week ish and a half. But
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm ready. I have all of my outfits. Like, I just don't want to be that packer that I'm like, it's the day before and I have to get all these things in there. And I can't do that restaurant. I feel like that would stress me out. And last week I didn't work. So I'm like, oh, okay, like let me just take this time now to, juntar todas mis cosas and like get it together. So I was able to
Hmm.
do that. But now I am like the Virgo in me, and Mario told me this was gonna happen. Shout out to Mario from Lucha Outsiders. He's like, we're Virgos. You might be like, oh, I don't know about that. Like, let me just go back and see. And he's like, you might be unpacking and repacking. And I think that's what's gonna end up happening. So
Oh my goodness. I mean, I feel like already packing is already stressful for anybody, right? Especially if you're not like the planner. No, even if you are the planner type.
yeah.
But hell yeah, restaurant. That's so true. You Virgos are like, it has to
Look it
be
out.
perfect. You better have everything. If not,
Yes.
that's when your other side comes out.
Yes. And shout outs to Scott George. He says, good morning, Rust Friends. Good morning, Scott. Thank you so much for
Good
joining us.
morning, Scott.
Is a loyal follower. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm very excited for Mania, Rust Friend. And
I'm excited for you.
I'm gonna go to Philly. It's my first time in Philly. I'm going with Bestie Low, and of course, Mario is also gonna go. So I'm really excited. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people, and there's so much to do, and I'm very excited because we're going to go to, I think it's like WWE World, which is run. Fun fact by the guy who created C2E2 here in Chicago, and you and I love C2E2. So the same
Yeah, we're gonna
guy,
be
he
there.
is now putting on that show for WWE. So my expectations are very high for this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I'm just really excited to go. We're only going to be there for Sunday because there's just so much other things to do that are also like wrestling related. We're going to a Ring of Honor show, we're going to a GCW show, and both nights of WrestleMania. So it should be interesting. But how are you doing, restaurant? How's your life?
Oh my gosh, can I be honest? I'm tired. And it's only about to be 11 in the morning. I'm ready to go back to bed.
You're like, I'm ready to be done. Well,
Yeah. No, but I'm so excited for you. And like you said that you have high expectations, as
mm,
you should, restaurant, because you're going to be spending a lot of money there. So it's like your expectations should be high. They should be giving the fans the best experience.
absolutely. I'm hoping that everything goes well, that the weather is nice, and
The
I know
weather.
I'm gonna have a great time regardless, so I'm just super excited about that. Before we get into our predictions, guys, just letting you know that you can leave your comments down below, and we're gonna feature them up here. We'll chat with you guys, and if you're not yet subscribed to Rest Friends on YouTube, make sure that you do so. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers right now. I think we're like at 1,800, a little over that. But Rest Friend, do you remember when we got 100 subscribers?
Oh
Just
my God. Yeah.
the feeling that we had that I remember we made a YouTube video about that. We're like, guys,
Hmm.
we have 100 subscribers, like incredible. So the fact that now we are on our way to 2,000, like I don't know how to feel. I'm really
Me
grateful.
neither. Me neither. I am too because, like you said, remembering back to the 100, it felt so crazy to be like, holy shit, 100 people are subscribed to us or are following us. And now almost 2,000? That's crazy. I don't even know 2,000 people.
Exactly, Rest Friend. I my high school, we had I think it was 5,000 people in total, and I think I graduated with like 1,000 something. And I'm like, there's just no way. There's literally no way all these people watch Rest Friends. But we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Yeah, let's
Me too.
start talking about our predictions. So,
Let's do it.
shout outs to Canva for always helping me make bomb graphics.
Shout
And
outs to you. Look at that.
I
Look at that.
like Rest Friend, we are just champions at heart. And I love that when EO is up here and it looks like you
Champions
are
at
also
heart.
holding the championship, Rest Friend.
It kind of does. But you know what? I'm the manager. I'm here for you, and I'm here for EO. I
And I'm
need to
here
be
for Rhea. And I'm here.
exactly. And Cody, when he wins, I'm here for all of you champs.
Period.
Um,
Period.
because look at Wrestfriend, look at that belt you're holding. Wait, are you actually holding that?
No, Rest Friend. So I was holding the old
Oh,
WWE belt.
oh, you okay?
I really finessed that one. So I was holding the old WWE belt, and then I'm like, no, that's like old. I have to put the new one on there. So I
Then
was,
shout out to you. What do you mean shout outs to Canva? That looks like you're actually holding that championship.
I can't. I don't know how to use Photoshop. So anybody who knows how to use Photoshop, help me out because your sister is on Canva. Shout outs to Miriam. They say, "What's
Hey,
up, y'all?"
Mimi.
Isabel says,
Isabel.
"Hi." Shout outs to my primas. Love them. 10 out of 10. And then Scott says my graduation class in 1989 was 300 people.
Whoa.
300 people. That's insane.
Yeah, 300 people is like,
It's probably a
I
small
feel like not,
school.
yeah, that is very small
Yeah.
compared to like, I don't even know, I didn't graduate high school, so.
But how many people were in like your school total? Do you know?
No, I mean, it wasn't as big as your school, that's for sure. Your high school is huge,
Curie's, yeah, Curie's giant.
huge. Bogan's not that big for everyone. Yeah, I went to Bogan. It's okay, but no, Richmond, I honestly don't know the number.
Like
I also don't know how many people graduated because
fun.
I'm not the only one that didn't graduate.
It's fine, Miss Friend.
I'll
Let's
tell you how many people were at my when I got my GED. There was like 15 of us.
period. Honestly, 15 is a good number because when we were in high school, we had like 33 kids in each classroom. Like that was insane.
No, and then like how many classes, right? I feel like when you went to lunch, that's when you actually no. When you were in the hallways, that's when you realize how many students were at the school.
Yeah, we had my school had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 lunchrooms. So there was
You're lying.
no, there was a lunchroom on every floor.
I
It,
did not know this. I
yeah,
thought you guys had just like one big lunchroom, like every normal high school.
no, there was like yeah, lunchrooms on all sides. Insane.
No, that's
Stephanie says, good
crazy.
morning, ladies. Are you going to try the world famous Pat and Gino's cheesecakes while you're in Philly?
Are
So
you best friend?
I do want to try a Philly cheesesteak, and I do have that in my itinerary, but I don't know like where we're gonna go. I guess this would be the place to get them in Philly. Interesting.
Let
Very,
me let me call Orange Cassidy. I think
very
he'll let us
yes, for
know
sure.
where.
Somebody I was gonna say Wheeler Yuta has to know where the best Philly
Yuta.
cheesesteak is because Yuta's from Philly.
Never mind. I don't need to call Orange. You can call Yuta.
Like we'll figure this out. I'm sure he'll be like, you guys can just Google that shit.
True.
Let's start off with our WrestleMania predictions. There's going to be a lot of matches and a lot of history making, right? I'm very excited for one person. I don't want to say like one person only, but like kind of one person only. Cody Rhodes. Cody, this has to be it, right, Russ friend? The fact that
Oh
he's
my!
put in so much work, this has to be it for Cody.
It better be it. Not that it has to. It better be.
So the rumor is that Cody might headline both nights, right? Cody and Roman
And
in
Roman.
a way. But we're gonna start off with the first match here. Cody versus Roman. What do you think about this match? There's been an extreme amount of build up, right? We've been waiting on this for years.
Yeah, yeah, years. I mean, first of all, that's a very good picture of Roman. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even have a crush on him, but that's a good picture.
You said he's not even my type, but that's a nice picture, Roman.
That's
Period.
a very nice picture. But no, restaurant, it's like you said, like this better be it because we've been waiting since Cody came back to WWE, right? When we thought that it was gonna happen and it didn't.
Yeah.
And I mean, what else is there to say? I feel like either you're a fan of Roman and you want him to retain, or you're a fan of Cody or not a fan of Roman at all and you want Cody to win. So it's like,
I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself if Cody loses.
me
I
neither.
genuinely don't, rest friend,
And
because
like you're gonna be there. So I can't imagine how the
oh,
atmosphere would be if he were to lose.
the devastation, rest friend, like the Cody Rhodes neck tattoo that I'm gonna have. It's like I would be absolutely devastated.
Are you really gonna put on a tattoo?
Best friend, I'm gonna they have so last time that I went to Mania at WWE shop, they have like these airbrush tattoos that they can do on you. And if I go,
Oh.
we're gonna go Sunday, but like if they have the little Cody one and like I'm gonna be like, put it on my neck. But then could you imagine Cody loses and then I'm just there at the arena with my Cody Rhodes bedazzled t-shirt with my Cody Rhodes neck tattoo, and then Roman's theme music is playing? Mm-mm.
Oh my god, no, yeah, that you're right. That would be
I
devastating.
would maybe I genuinely say I'm gonna cry either way if he wins or loses.
I don't even want to think of, I really want to believe that this is it, that they're gonna give him that championship. I really do believe that.
I would hope so. You know, we talked about this last year when he didn't win, and I think we were both kind of in the same headspace of like, what happened? You know, Cody,
Yeah,
it was just it seemed like the right time, and I understand that they wanted Roman to pass those like 1,000 days as champion,
yeah.
but it just seemed like the right time. It seemed like the right crowd, and it had been a pretty good build up for that year. So we were kind of deflated in the fact that we're like, how are they going to keep this storyline alive for another year? And they've been able to do that. So, I mean, props to them. Props to Triple H because I know he's probably like back there, like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We got to write this in. Like, he was probably stressing. Okay.
Hmm.
And they've really been able to do it. And now with the addition of The Rock, you know, we almost thought we weren't going to get it again because The Rock came in here and he was like, oh well, I'm the head of the table, and we're like, god damn it. So
Yep.
stressed. And now, you know, The Rock went on to say like, oh well, a bunch of Cody crybabies, which we are Cody crybabies. um
Oh, 1,000%.
he was saying that Cody crybabies were the reason that he didn't get the match versus him and Roman, and that and people are also complaining online that, well, you know, you guys, you cried so much that now we're not getting this match. And not to say that we didn't want this match, right? We would love to see The Rock versus Roman, but the time to do it, yes, it was this year. But if Cody would have won that championship last year, and because he didn't do that, it threw off all like it literally threw off the way that the earth was rotating, okay?
The way the moon was glaring,
Like
shining.
when Mercury was in retrograde, that was in response to The Rock challenging Roman.
Well, Mercury is going to go in retrograde soon. So if Cody loses, we're going to be going through it. We're going to go through it.
I don't like
So, but you know what, restaurant, with all due respect, speak for yourself because I don't care to see The Rock in action.
that. Yeah.
His time was back then. What's it called? So I'm really glad that's not happening because yeah, I mean, first we were like, shit, is CM Punk going to win the Royal Rumble? And we thought CM Punk's gonna win the Royal Rumble, Cody's not gonna win. Okay, no, thankfully Cody won. And then yeah, The Rock comes in and we're like, are we not gonna get our Cody match for WrestleMania? Thankfully we are. And all we can hope now is that he's gonna win. Hopefully the fact that McMahon's not there means that the writing is different and that
Yeah.
Cody will get it this time. Um so yeah. I'm crossing my fingers, Roshan. I'm more than crossing my fingers. Like I'm really, really, really excited to. I feel like we're all ready to celebrate that win.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I it just seems like the time, right? It needs to be now. Because could you imagine if Cody doesn't win again? This is two WrestleManias in a row, and then you're gonna have somebody else come and defeat Roman, and then like it just kind of discredits the work that he's been putting in,
uh-huh.
right? In some
Hmm.
type of way, but Cody and Roman are going to be working overtime. But predictions, what do you think is going to happen in this match? Because people think there might be like interferences, that the Usos might get involved, that Solo might get involved. There's rumors of John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin being involved in WrestleMania, not specifically this match, but that
Hmm.
they might be out here. What do you think is going to happen in this match? Who do you think is going to take the win?
Cody. That's all.
Thank you for
I
coming to my
hope
TED Talk.
I hope there's no outside interference. I hope they get the match that they both deserve, because as much as we want to dislike Roman as a champ now, it's like we want to see a good match too. We want to see Cody's win be worth it, right? We want to be like, not only look back as to, okay, Cody won a WrestleMania match, but also like that was a very good match, which we know Cody can give us.
Absolutely. I'm on the same boat as you. I think Cody is going to get this win, and I honestly don't care how it happens. I really don't, as long as he gets the win, because Cody Rhodes is not only the guy in WWE right now. You could say that, hey, yeah, it's Roman, but Cody Rhodes is out there putting in the work. He's kissing the babies. He is high-fiving everybody in the crowd. He's taking the selfies. He is out there with the fans while they're outside in whatever type of weather, and he's signing autographs, taking pictures with them. This guy is WWE right now, and
Hmm.
he is genuinely deserving of it. I think you can do the bloodline storyline without the championship. And that's so crazy to say, right? Because something has to be so good that it doesn't need to be good. And
Yeah,
the bloodline is that right now, especially with the addition of The Rock, because I think they were getting a little stale, right?
yeah,
But now with The Rock coming in, it's like, man, I think that this is a good time to be like, all right, Cody, now you take the championship. You could do whatever. And now leave the bloodline stuff. And that could be its own thing. But I genuinely think that Cody Rhodes is going to take it. And if I come back from Philly Restaurant and Cody Rhodes did not win, I'm going to sue.
yeah. I really have no idea how I'm going. I mean, I know that I'm gonna be really upset. I just really don't know how I'm gonna react if he was to lose. I feel like I'm just gonna be like waiting for him to get out of there if he does lose.
Insane.
I don't think they would do that.
Yeah, I hope not. C. Henry says, think about it. Cody debuted the neck tattoo in Chicago. It's meant for you to get it too. Let me tell you guys about this neck tattoo, okay? Because yes, he debuted it in C2E2, and the Young Bucks were on stage. It was a panel. Excalibur was hosting it. It was me, Teddy, and Sergio. We were all there.
Well, he
And
debuted it at Revolution. He
yes,
was still hiding it at
had the neck
C2E2.
tattoo. Yes,
Yeah.
he debuted it in front of us, in front of Wrestfriends, and I
Right.
didn't
Because
know
it
it.
was showing a little bit, and I'm like,
I didn't know it, and Teddy knew it, and she's like, "Oh my god, he got a tattoo," and I'm like, "What? I thought he was cold." Do you remember that, Rose friend?
mm-hmm.
Because he had the cute the little scarf, and he was wearing a suit, and the scarf did not at all match his suit, which it should have been a dead giveaway, because Cody is going to be fashionable if anything else.
Exactly. I think a lot of people just felt like, oh, a southerner in Chicago, he's probably cold. That made sense, right?
It made sense. It did.
Not to me.
Scott is saying Cody's going to win on Sunday after Rock gets the pin on Saturday night. Then Rock is going to turn on Roman. Rock versus Cody for the title at the next pay per view, and then PLE. I'm still calling it a pay per view. He says then the Rock versus Roman at one of the Saudi shows is my prediction. Could
What
very
does
well happen.
PLE what does PLE stand for?
Premium live event.
Mm.
Russ friend, a good thing you asked me right now when I still had that fresh in my mind, because if you'd asked me 20 minutes into it, I would have been like, "That's a
I'm
good."
so That's so true, Restaurant. I'm so sorry. I asked you without even like what if that would have been embarrassing? You would have been like, I don't know.
Like, no,
Pay.
we would have found out together.
Okay. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, pay, I don't know what
Hey,
that means.
something.
I'm like, that's not pay-per-view.
Let's talk about the next match. It's going to be a tag team match, and Cody Rhodes is going to be joined by Seth frickin' Rollins. They are a freaking nightmare, which the t-shirt alone, Rest Friend.
I
Beautiful.
haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Really?
Oh my god,
No.
it says freaking nightmare, but like freaking in,
Let
in
me
the
look it up.
yes, it's amazing. And I was going to get it for WrestleMania, but they're like, this is a special events t-shirt that will be shipped out after April 7th. I said, what? you're losing money because after April 7th, I don't think I'm gonna get it.
You're not gonna be interested
if
anymore.
it's if it's in the shop, like when I'm out there shopping, like I'll be like, all right, cool, like I'll take it. But am I gonna go out of my way to order it after WrestleMania? I don't know. I don't know.
Right. After all that money you're already gonna be spending.
Yes, I'm gonna be like, this is too much for me. I can't do it. So it's a really, really nice t-shirt restaurant. And maybe in the future there'll be a tag team. Who knows? I think that they would work out really well because the fits are gonna be fitting.
I mean, honestly, I think Seth and Cody as a team,
Mhm,
that's beautiful. I don't know if it's my biased opinion because I love the both of them,
mhm.
but I think that's the perfect tag team. To be honest with you, it's two stars.
Oh,
We're
you
not
know
even
what?
who cares about The Rock and Roman? Like Cody and Seth alone,
I have
I'm a fan.
an idea. Interessante. So
Oh,
we'll talk about this a little bit later too, but there is going to be a tag team bout somewhere in WrestleMania. It's going to be, the Awesome Truth, DIY, New Day, and then the Judgment Day. I'm thinking because Cody's working both days and Rollins is also working both days, and they're in a match together, tag teaming for one. There's still two teams that haven't been announced for that match. Could they possibly go in and join that? They're not going to win, of course, right? But it would be fun. Like, I think that'd be like, oh my God,
imagine.
crazy.
Yeah.
I need a mashup of that theme song. Somebody work on that.
Either either that or like a new team, so someone that's gonna debut,
Maybe an
or
NXT team, like something.
maybe it's an NXT team. Yeah. Oh, now I'm really curious. You think they're gonna announce? Are they gonna announce one or something on SmackDown tonight?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, there could be. Um, could you
Oh
imagine
wait, we still have a whole other week.
you imagine the Hardys come back?
I mean,
Okay,
you
that's
never know.
restaurant. That's honestly one of my dreams. Is I hope that Jeff and Matt do end up back in WWE, and I hope that they retire there. I think that would be the
You know
best
what?
choice for them.
Me, yeah. Me too. I definitely think they don't have much time in the ring yet. I mean, who am I, right, to say
Yeah.
something like that? But we've been seeing their work in the ring, and it's obviously not going to be the same. Both of them are already older. But I do think, how do I put this without sounding like an asshole? Yeah, I just don't think they should be in the ring for like
No,
doing the same things they used to do. There you go.
no, absolutely get you. And I think that they right now in AEW aren't being given the time. And that, it's sometimes that happens. Their roster is absolutely stacked right now. And of course, there's also so many other tag teams in that division. And to me, I'm just like, okay, well, maybe Jeff and Matt, if I got to see them do one last run as champions, I would definitely love to see that in WWE. It's a different schedule. It's more like interacting with fans. Not to say that it's like less wrestling, but I think that they're stars, right? They're Hall of Famers. Um,
Yeah.
but I
I
that's what I want to see. Yeah.
I agree with you because for me those are like the two differences between WWE and AEW. There's definitely more action in AEW, more wrestling, more technical wrestling, right? And WWE is definitely a lot more about the entertainment.
Mhm.
So I agree with you that the Hardys retire the Hardys retiring in WWE.
It just makes sense.
Perfect. They
Yeah.
have to, right?
Yeah.
Like exactly. It makes sense.
It absolutely does. And okay, so see, when I was making this little graphic, I put Rollins in a suit, but then I also had to put an old picture of The Rock because his outfits are not hitting recently. So I'm like,
Yes, the outfit has to hit.
yeah. So if you're going to
Me,
face Seth freaking Rollins and Cody Rhodes, two of the best dressed people in WWE, you gotta step it up.
meanwhile, Roman is shirtless, just naked.
Roman
You're funny.
he's an exception because
Okay.
he's just like otherworldly, right? When he
Okay.
said that if he was Aquaman, that movie would have got more views, restaurant, I I cackled. He's so funny.
No, that he honestly spot on.
So what do you think is gonna happen with this match? Is Cody and Rollins gonna take it, or is it gonna be Roman and The Rock?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see The Rock losing, and I especially don't see both The Rock and Roman losing. I
Oh,
feel like WWE rather. lose money on Rollins and Cody than The Rock and Roman. That's just who WWE is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now, and I see your point of view, and I don't like it. I know because it's very yeah, I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. Is it what I want to happen? No, of course, we
No.
want Cody and Rollins to win, but The Rock might have to pick up the win on this one. See, in my perfect world, like, this would be the match that's on night 1, right?
Yeah.
And then Cody and Rollins would win, and I'm like, "Ha! The Roman and The Rock, you already lost. Roman, you have just more to lose when Cody takes that belt off of you the next night." Like, I want him to lose everything, right? But that's not
Hmm.
happening. If I was writing it,
Yeah.
it'd be done.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I really hope they at least make it fun. At least make it entertaining.
Yeah.
At least I don't, I don't want them to go in there and like just Cody and Rollins are sabotage the whole time, being sabotaged the whole time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then The Rock and Roman picking up the win for nothing. Like I hope at least it's fun and you guys are in there like, aw,
Uh,
aw.
I wonder what that Philly crowd is gonna be like because rumor is that they don't like The Rock. And
Oh, I heard Philly's a very good wrestling crowd, so that's interesting.
I'm gonna be in there,
You're gonna be in the restaurant, a
Chicago crowd,
Chicagoan.
insane. All right, yeah, I think same. I guess. Dang, Russ friend, we're gonna have to do like a let's see how many we got right at the end.
That's so true.
Coming back after after the pay per view happens or the PLE.
The PLE. I'm gonna take a shot for everyone that we got wrong
Okay, could you imagine?
during
Wrong?
WrestleMania.
Oh,
So
Germania.
next,
Okay.
yeah. So next stream, I'll let everyone know how many shots I took.
Oh man, these guys are just troopers because Cody's working both nights. Roman Reigns is working both nights. Seth freaking Rollins is working both nights. These guys are out there getting overtime, honestly.
I know.
Shout
They
outs
better
to them. Yeah.
they better be getting their millions.
Millions on millions. Rollins is going to be facing Drew McIntyre, who shout outs to him because he was in Mindy's Bakery Monday, which Mindy's is closed on Monday, Drew. You should have consulted with Wrestfriends before you actually anyone. But Mindy's is closed on Monday. And the fact that he was there was friend, I genuinely forgot that Monday Night Raw was in Chicago. Did you? Did you know?
Okay, so I knew they were coming. I just didn't know it was this Monday. I thought that was happening like in April.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Edie and I have time to talk about if we want to show up. And the next thing you know, it happened. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. It's I took completely restaurant. I was like, Drew is here. And then in my brain, I'm like, why is Drew McIntyre here? What
Right.
And then I'm like, Mindy's Bakery. And I'm like, oh my God, he's really close. And I'm like, duh, Monday Night Raw is here. And just completely crossed my it just se me pasó. So I didn't know what to do. But do you think that Rollins is keeping this championship, or do you think that Drew McIntyre might pull off the win?
You know what? I don't know. And this is one of those matches that I've been really, really wondering about because, there was rumors that Drew McIntyre was going to leave.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, are they going to have him lose? Or are they going to have him win the championship? But then also, are they going to have Seth Rollins lose the championship? It can go either way, restaurant. And I feel like either way, either of them could be upset. I would be upset for them.
Yeah, and it's such a big thing about Drew's contract, right? Because then, if he doesn't win, then he might be out. Out where? I
Yeah,
don't know. But
right.
the fact that Rollins has been a great champ so far. He has
Hmm.
just had so many memorable moments, and the fits have been fitting. He's just been really great on the mic. And I think he can really afford to lose that championship. The only thing that I see happening is like, okay, yes, he does retain and then waits for CM Punk to get better. But again, we don't know with that timeline what that looks like
Yeah.
because his injury when CM Punk coming out on Monday with all of those, like with the brace on his arm, I'm like, man, that looks serious. And I don't know how long that could take to heal, and I don't want that also them to be relying on CM Punk so much, because that also puts pressure on him too to be like, hey, I'm better. I want to return sooner, and like, no, I need you to heal up before you come back because worse things can happen, right?
I mean, it happened in AEW, right? Like they relied on him so much, or he wanted to do all of these things, and in the end, he wasn't able to do many of them because he was injured a lot.
Hmm.
So it's like,
And
take care of
that's
yourself, I guess.
yeah, and it's like no shade to him, but it's also like the companies, you can't be like, hey, I'm gonna just rely on this one person. And I do feel bad for him, right? Because he was like, hey, I'm gonna be at one place. It didn't really work out for him. Now he's like, hey, I'm gonna go back to the place that I was talking shit about, and it didn't work out for him still. And now he's injured on top of that. Like, that sucks. That genuinely sucks. And it also sucks that because they're focusing on him, that this was taking away things from other people, right? Because it was supposed to be him versus Seth Rollins for this championship. And then when Seth was begging Cody Rhodes to pick him because he's like, I need this too. Like, this was going to be my one of my moments. And now because CM Punk's not here, I need this moment. So please, consider me for facing me at WrestleMania. So that's just, it's sad.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, I don't feel bad for him, but we're not gonna go there.
She said, not me. C. Henry says, Priest cashes in on Rollins. Now, this is interesting, right? Because
That is interesting.
nobody's thinking about Senior Money in the Bank. So, I don't know.
Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. I feel like that's his best opportunity, right? Like, no one's thinking about me.
Yeah.
Let me do this.
So, you know what? Maybe we just need to add Damian into the group chat and ask
I
him.
agree.
Mm-hmm,
Damian, I
Damian.
agree.
Mm-hmm. We need to be like, Senor,
Mhm.
what are you doing? What's the plan? What's the vibe?
We want to know
Yeah,
what's the vibe
what's the vibe? Do you think you're going to cash in or do you not? I don't know.
with the purple heart at the end.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. So final predictions, restaurant is Drew taking it or is Rollins taking it?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say Rollins is going to take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know what to do. I feel like this is life or death. I'm like, I'm thinking Drew might take it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one I'm gonna go with. All right.
Okay.
Put it in the comments down below, guys. Who do you think is going to be some of the winners for these matches? But let's go on to the next one, which is going to be Io Sky versus Bailey. Now, as friend, I know this is going to be one of the matches that you are going to be invested in. So let's
Hmm.
talk about it for a little bit. How are you feeling about this match?
Oh my God. I'm excited. I'm excited for Bailey. But this is honestly another match that I feel obviously it can go either way, and I would be happy with either way. But at the same time, to see Bailey win at WrestleMania would be like win the championship at WrestleMania would be very nice.
Yeah.
So that obviously that's what I'm hoping for. That's the outcome I'm hoping for. Um, but even if Io was to win, like I feel like she's one of like the perfect people to keep holding on to this championship until she can't anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's Bailey's time, and she's
Hmm.
put in so much hard work over, we talked about this last episode, but like the pandemic, one of the people who was
Yeah.
really working, putting in that time was Bailey.
Hmm.
And just shout outs to her. And of course, Io has just been so great in damage control. And when she cashed in, like incredible, right? So I'm hoping that Bailey gets the win because again,
Me
I don't
too.
think damage control right now needs that championship.
Yeah.
So Bailey all the way. I'm really excited and I hope that that happens because in another world, I would hope that Bailey buddies come back, right? I don't know if we'll ever get them, but maybe
Yeah.
one step closer to that. Yeah. Let's go to the next women's match. We're gonna have Mommy Rhea Ripley face
Oh,
Becky Lynch, the man. Rest friend, this is crazy because Becky Lynch literally knocked out Dominic Mysterio a few days ago.
yes.
And
Right.
it was a real hit. Like they slowed it down and like Dom's jaw like was out of the picture. So What do you think about this?
About the match or the punch?
About everything, restaurant.
Okay, so the punch, I loved it. I was so here for that. I was like, Becky's like, okay, I get to punch you. I'm really gonna punch you. I love it. I'm so here for that. This match, it's crazy. I really don't know how to put words into this because, and especially the way you presented it, restaurant. You're like, mommy
Hmm.
versus the man. Like that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I saw the promo that they had on Monday, and I saw what Becky had to say, and I've heard Becky say these things before, but she really says them with her whole chest.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're here for attention. I'm here to work hard and get this championship." And I don't restaurant like this match to me so much better than what we saw at what was that? Survivor
Survivor
Series.
Series.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's the last time.
And
That's
yeah,
the last time that I've seen.
that's no shade to like past competitors of Rhea,
No, 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 no.
but I'm with you on that. That I think that there hasn't been someone to face Rhea yet for that championship that is someone on the level of Becky Lynch.
Yes, yes,
So, Becky Lynch has main events at WrestleMania before. She's the first woman to ever hold those two championships. So she literally beat Ronda Rousey. Like this is the perfect competitor for Rhea because she is just on the top of her game. Genuinely, this match, I maybe think Rhea's gonna take it. I see a world where Rhea has a little bit of higher chance, but I wouldn't be mad if Becky took it because that's not gonna diminish Rhea's light. She's such a megastar right now that literally you can do whatever and she
yeah.
okay.
I agree. I agree. The only thing for me is that I do feel like Becky doesn't need the championship, or we just don't necessarily need Becky with the championship right now.
Yeah.
I think Rhea's doing a phenomenal job. I think Rhea can keep holding on to it for a very long time. But I think match wise, this is going to be a great match. Like I already know this is going to be a very good match,
Yeah.
very much needed for the women's division,
Yeah.
because we need that excitement. Like the man is back, and she's going to have a match at WrestleMania again. And like to me, Becky Lynch is WrestleMania.
Yes, I'm ready for the entrances, restaurant. This is gonna be
Yes, me
so
too.
good. C.
Yeah,
Henry saying the Philly fans will turn on Becky and boo her out of Mania, which I do see that happening. I do see Becky becoming a bigger heel because people love Rhea so much when technically Rhea is supposed to be the heel, but
yeah.
things
Mm-hmm.
happen. So he says that Rhea's gonna retain. And shout outs to Troy, who says, "Hey, you guys, I'm rooting for Rhea on this one." We
Hi,
were just
Troy.
talking to Troy before we started streaming, so shout outs to you. All good things, all good things.
I think we mentioned Troy every single time we're before we're gonna start. We're like, I hope Troy's ready for us.
Yes. Yeah, he's rooting for Rhea, and oh man, this is gonna be just a banger regardless of who.
I yeah,
I
it
am
is.
I'm absolutely ready for it. Moving on to the next match, we have the Ring General Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I'm
Oh, is
very
that his thing right now?
what? He's
The ring,
the
the
yeah,
ring.
he's the ring general,
Oh,
the Ring General.
the ring general. Okay.
Shout outs to Gunther. I'm so scared for Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Not that he can hold his own, right? Like I know he can. I know he's gonna be fine, but at the same time, like anyone that faces Gunther and is smaller than him and nicer than him, like yeah,
Not
scared.
nicer than him. Who said if you're nicer than Gunther,
I mean,
immediately you're losing?
no, I'm not saying losing, but
Yeah.
I mean, the difference between Gunther's attitude, the way he comes out to the ring, and Sami Zayn, I mean, huge difference.
Very, very huge difference. I'm very excited about the entrances for these two as well. But I do see a world where Gunther retains.
Yeah,
Sorry, Sammy. I'm very, very sorry, but I don't see it right now. I think
yeah,
Gunther is just so hot in his momentum and Imperium, and they're just like he has put such a light on that championship. So interessante, very interessante. Who do you
yeah.
see winning?
Gunther.
Gunther? No,
Hmm.
it's just it is what it is. Shout outs to
I mean,
Isabel for her super sticker. Tears.
sister.
Tears helping us pay for parking for future shows. Thank you so much. That's our
No, that is
that's our fund. All of our YouTube money goes back into the show somehow. So,
yeah. Yeah.
oh, that is a cute picture too. I'm looking
That is so cute.
10 out of 10. Love you. Let's move on to this triple threat match, which I didn't even know was happening until I was researching this. So we're gonna have Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Now,
Hmm.
Randy Orton is like one of my favorite wrestlers. He's up there. And Kevin Owens, I just feel like was placed in a predicament. And then Logan Paul, I don't want to talk about him. So
I know. I feel like they keep forcing Owens to have matches with one of these bro dudes from YouTube. Like
people
I'm
that are below him, like
no, literally, like I'm so confused as to why they keep bringing this. I was gonna say a bad word. And what is he wearing on his neck? It looks like a wannabe Pokemon card. I can't with him. I
it's a
can't.
card of himself.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a
And like
card.
it's supposed to be graded because that's what it looks like, right? Like it's supposed
I
to be
think so.
graded. What a weirdo. Anyway, I hope Kevin Owens and Randy Orton beat the living
Mhm.
poop out of him.
Someone said Logan Paul will retain, and unfortunately, Kevin will eat the pin.
Wait, retain what?
I think he's the champ.
Oh, what?
He's the champ right
Wow.
It's the Gunther picture. It was throwing us off, but he's the U.S. champion.
See, Henry, can you tell me what the what he's the champ of?
He's the United States
Because
champion. Yeah,
oh,
Gunther is the international one, and this is the U.S. one.
sorry, I'll do my own research.
Insane.
What's his name? I was gonna say Logan Square. Logan Paul.
Logan Square, guys. See, we're having midlife crisis in the middle of streams. So
I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, can you clearly you can tell that we don't care about this dude, but um,
I think Randy's winning. No, that's it's for the championship. He might retain. They love that man. I don't know why. He just got the
yeah.
Prime logo in the middle of the ring. It looks disgusting.
Oh, his drink.
Mhm,
I guess. No, honestly, my gut as to, like the first thing I think is yeah, my gut just goes with he probably will win.
mhm.
Um,
I know there's going to be some crazy RKO spots, which I'm at least glad about that. And Kevin's a fantastic wrestler. Logan has done great in the ring. He's just a shitty person. So
yeah, I was gonna say I think they're hopefully they do have a very good match. I'm sure they will have a very good match. I mean, besides Logan, we're talking about Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
yeah,
So I'm hope they're able to have a very good match, and you know what's his name doesn't have to outshine them at all. That's obviously my expectation for every single match in WrestleMania. I hope they all have fun, and I hope all the matches are fun and entertainment. I mean, entertaining.
I hope everybody
That's
has
all.
fun. Yes, same. We're on the same page of that.
Yeah,
Let's
because I don't have much to say about this match.
Oh man, let's move on to the next match. We have brother versus brother in Jimmy versus Jay Uso.
Nice.
This is wild.
I think
And
we've all wanted to fight our siblings before, so this is cool.
period. And the fact that they've just had so much buildup with the bloodline and like that competition of like, oh, who's better than who. This is going to be very, very interesting. But man, Jay Uso, the hype that he has right now when he comes out and he's like, yeet, and he's like, chanting with the crowd and he's like bouncing on top of stuff, like insane. You can't tell me that he's not the favorite. He's my favorite. Can you tell them apart right now? Hold on, because Troy, when I was making this graphic yesterday, I had to write Jimmy Uso. And then I was like looking at Jimmy and I'm like, okay, Jimmy is married. Got that. And then I'm like, all right, Jay Uso. And I'm like, yeet, makes sense. Great. Haircut really kind of helped me out. And just before I put this graphic up, I typed in Jimmy Uso to make sure that I knew which one I was talking about. It's very hard for me, guys. I'm very sorry. I can't tell people apart, even when they're not like twins like that. It took me the longest time to get the Young Bucks. Okay.
That is so true.
It took me forever to figure out which one the Young Bucks. And then the Guns for Austin and Colton, I think like the names are switched. So if I'm talking about Austin, I think I'm talking about the tall one, and that's not the tall one. Colton is the tall one. Okay, so
Oh, one.
it's a mess.
Honestly, when it comes to Jay and Jimmy, I could always tell them apart. It's their names. I always
Really?
mix up their names. I'm always yeah, I always think I'm talking about Jimmy and I'm actually talking about Jay, or
Well,
vice versa.
with their haircuts, it kind of did help me because I'm like, oh, okay, now I know which one is married to, and I love that that's how I differentiate them too. I'm like, one is married to Trin and the other one isn't. Like,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
oh man, crazy, crazy stuff. I'm very, very excited, but I do think that Jay's gonna pick up this win. I think that his
Yeah, I
match
agree.
is so high, unless Solo gets involved somehow, which I don't know how that would happen. But very, very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think Jay's going to take the win. Obviously, it would make sense because again, the crowd is behind him.
Mhm.
But then again, that would be a very good way to keep putting heat on Jimmy. So,
Yeah. Something that I think is interesting is that right now, The Rock's daughter is the general manager of NXT. And
oh,
maybe now that Rock is in the company, I'm thinking there might be some type of interference because technically she's the bloodline too, right? So I don't know what could happen, but I'm thinking like in the future of maybe they would get her involved somehow, but who knows?
mm-hmm,
We
mm-hmm,
are to see. Talking about the next match, we still have, I believe, two tag teams that have to be announced, but right
mm-hmm.
now it's going to be the Judgment Day, the New Day, DIY, which they're back together, incredible, and then the Awesome Truth. They are all going to battle for the tag team championships, I believe. Let me see. Yes, for the undisputed WWE tag team championships. So I guess I'm not gonna really be able to take a guess on this until I see who the other two teams are. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm thinking, why not DIY? Why not Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa? What are you thinking?
Oh man, I wish I watched WWE more
Mm.
so that I can have a better prediction because I have no idea how DIY are doing right now.
I
I
mean,
have no idea.
they're doing pretty good. Um,
Okay.
and the Awesome Truths just got back together, which they would be like a fun tag team to give them to.
Right.
But I think right now, for the time being, the New Day has been champs before. They've broken records. The Judgment Day is doing a great job as champs. And out of the Awesome Truth and DIY, for me, I'd rather give it to DIY, but that's just me.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like either DIY or the Judgment Day.
Mhm.
But maybe the Judgment Day doesn't need the championships right now. I think
Yeah,
they're
that's what
they're good, right?
mhm. Yeah, I'm on the same. And then same thing because again, we're thinking of Mr. Damian Priest and how he's Mr. Money in the Bank. Maybe they lose these championships night one, and night two he comes out and tries to cash in on someone.
Mm,
So
hmm.
who knows how that's going to play out? That's going to be interesting to
I
follow.
do I do hope he does cash in. I feel like WrestleMania would be the perfect spot
What
to.
is like a bigger moment for him? What else is bigger than cashing in at WrestleMania?
Mm-hmm.
Interessante. Um, moving on to the next match, we have LA Knight versus AJ Styles, who AJ Styles has been petty because he flew all the way to Australia to be in the Elimination Chamber to beat up LA Knight with a steel chair. He was not in that match. He didn't have a single match in that pay-per-view or that PLE. He just flew to Elimination Chamber to hit LA Knight with a chair. And
I am so here for that.
exactly, right? He is like, I have to do this for myself. He's probably like, I'm not going to be at peace until I do it, so I'm going to go do it.
Exactly, exactly. There's so many people I want to fight, and if I could, I would. And he could, so he did.
Exactly. Shout outs to AJ Styles for that.
Exactly.
Do I think he's winning this match? Absolutely not.
So is that where we're at now? Like AJ Styles losing? Like that's just
No,
that's crazy.
and that's no shade to him, right? But I
No,
think,
no, no, no. That's why like
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I think that he can afford the loss. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if AJ has had like a win at WrestleMania before. You guys can put that in the comments down below for me because I'm just not sure. But I don't think that he would need the win. I think LA Knight and the year that he had, see, like all of, I feel like for me, everybody who I want to win, I look at like this is an award show, right? And who gets the award at the end of the night is like for me, like who worked the hardest, like who put the best storyline. And like LA Knight, yeah, it just makes sense that LA Knight, after the year that he had, would be the winner of this match. Just for me, yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. And also, who's the people behind? That's another person that the WWE universe loves. Like, they love LA Knight.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get one of those shirts. Have you seen the LA Knight shirts, Russ Friend? It's just his picture, and then he's holding a mic, and the whole shirt says "Yeah."
No, I haven't.
So good. It's so good. I'm ready for it. Man, this
To
WrestleMania.
be,
I know there's things that still have to be announced, but I think it's gonna
yeah.
be great.
Yeah, I think so far there's potential for a lot of great matches. That's like my number one thing. There's so much potential for great matches because they have the stars, and not only the stars but the ones that we know could give us some very very good wrestling for
Mhm.
2 nights.
And again, the entrances for all of these guys is gonna be
The entrances,
incredible.
the outfits, because I'm excited to see, like you said, Seth Rollins,
Mhm.
right? And Cody Rhodes, because we know he's gonna have some bedazzled up ass jacket.
Yes.
And you see, first of all, this is the only man that makes me feel patriotic. So I know that day I'm gonna be like,
Red, white, and blue.
Cody Rhodes,
Rest friends.
Cody Rhodes.
So Beyonce's album came out yesterday, right? And it's a country album. And on the cover, she is like wearing a sombrero, and then she's got like chaps on, and she's holding the American flag, like very patriotic, right? Lo sent me that cover, and she's like, "This is gonna be you taking pictures outside of the arena in your Cody gear."
Okay, you must now.
I absolutely have to, because
You
like
have
you said,
to.
Cody Rhodes is the only person who I'm ever like not embarrassed to wear the American flag for.
Exactly. I'd be going out in my American Nightmare Family, whatever that is, the jacket, right?
American Family
And
Insurance Trust Fund.
and I'm like, I don't wear stuff like this out. But for Cody Rhodes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm dead. So someone's commenting and says, "Where is mommy? We already talked about her. We
You're
so
yeah,
sorry.
you're a little bit late.
We're joining a little late, but we did say that Rhea is probably going to pick up the win on that. Um,
Yeah, we both think she'll win.
yeah. And again, it could literally go either way. I feel like a lot of these matches are like we kind of just don't know what's happening
No, you
because
never know what they're gonna pull on us.
yeah, and WrestleMania is kind of like a reset, right? The night after Mania, the Monday Night Raw, people are like, "Oh, this is when new people debut." They kind of bring up NXT talent. There's just so much that could happen. And again, we still have someone who's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, and they haven't cashed in yet. With the addition of now The Rock, and then CM Punk is also involved. I didn't watch Monday Night Raw, so I'm not sure how he's involved. I think he's on commentary. He's there commentary. I don't want to say he's special guest referee for um Rollins versus Drew.
Drew.
Yeah, but it's gonna be crazy. But let's move on to talk about another woman, Becky Lynch, and she just released her book. And I don't know if you've ordered it, Rest Friend, but I ordered it.
No.
It got here. I said it pre-ordered months ago, and it
Mm-hmm.
finally shipped out, and I got it on Monday, and I started reading it. And immediately, Rest Friend, like I was standing and I started reading it. I got through all of chapter one, and I was like, oh my God, this is just I was very emotional. I don't know why. I think it's because I just love Becky so much. But I have not, I think the last book that I read was the Bella's book. And
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved that one. I recommend it for anyone who hasn't read it yet because Bria and Nikki have just been through so much. And I love reading about wrestlers' lives. I'm such a chismosa friend.
No, I get it. Me too.
And I love hearing the stories and the perspectives that they have. I still have Moxley's book that I have not read. It's there, but I haven't read it yet, so that's still on my, like, readers list. But I
Yeah.
do wanna recommend that everyone go get this Becky book because the way that I was feeling while I was reading it, Russ Friend, I'm just like, this is insane because she talks about when she was younger and how she was bullied, and then how, her parents went through a divorce, but they still live together. Like she's just talking about like these really crazy, like not crazy topics, but like she's really letting you into her life. And I do appreciate when people, um, do that, especially ones that like we look up to and like we admire. So I hopefully you get it, Rest Friend, because I want to have like a little book talk session after.
Oh no, I will get a restaurant. Don't worry. But I think that's so sweet. I agree with you. I One of my favorite things is being able to read my favorite people's life experiences. You know, like I don't know. Are they considered celebrities? Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Wrestlers, like that sort of. Because my one of my favorite books was The Young Bucks.
yeah. Hmm.
One of my favorite books because they just put so much detail in there about not only their lives, right, but also like their wrestling lives and like everything they've been through, and they talk about other wrestlers and their experiences with them, and just to be able to read their thoughts, because obviously those are their thoughts put in a book. Like, to me, that's so cool. That's so cool. So I agree with you. It's not just being a chismosa, but it's literally being able to read their thoughts and like what they went through, because a lot of the times you see these people like, oh, they're wrestlers and they're living these great lives and they've always had these great lives. No, like, to see what they've been through, especially someone like Becky as a woman, like, I'll definitely get the book.
Hmm.
We can read it together. Well, we don't have to read it together because you're already far ahead anyway. But we can talk about that and see what's in there. Because I didn't even think about that. She would obviously write about her childhood and her
Yeah,
growing up. I didn't think about that.
it's insane. It's really really good. But man, I'm excited for you to read it so we can read it together. Because restaurant, I will wait for you. I don't care. Like, or we'll be like, okay, we'll finish it by this time. We'll be okay. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, just it was really cute because everybody was so supportive. She was talking about how Rollins was also like giving her like feedback and stuff, and John Cena read it, and John also gave his little like quote about like how he loved it. So man, it's amazing. And she did a signing at Barnes and Noble, and mind you, she had autographed like a couple copies before that, right? On this side of on the right side of the picture, just
Yeah.
stacks of books. She had signed all of them, but this was her first like in-person signing for books. So she's like looking at the camera and she's like, "I'm sorry." She's like, "This is my first like book signing." She's like, "Where do I sign? Like, where do I have to like put the stuff in?" And she's like looking around, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Becky! Like,
She's so cute.
oh, I love her so much. Oh, man, she just warms my heart." So I'm excited that she's gonna be in Mania, and she just deserves the world. And her and Rollins, power couple. I still dream of the day when she's going to face Britt Baker and Adam Cole, and they'll have a mixed tag team fight for that one. That's going to be, I don't know where, but hopefully,
Hopefully someday.
hopefully I'll be alive when it happens. Like,
Best friend. You better quit playing right now.
C. Henry says Becky went to college in Chicago for a bit. She absolutely did. She went to Columbia College. That's where I went. She might have only been there for like a semester or two, but she was here. She walked the same grounds that I've walked. So
I mean, that's something really cool that you'd be able to bring up if you met her. Like, oh, I went to Columbia College as well.
she's gonna be like, I
Proud.
wasn't there long. And then I'm like, okay. No,
Stop.
she would chit chat. Oh man, I love her. The Wrestling World podcast is sending you guys hearts.
Sending you a heart back.
10 out of 10. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this WrestleMania prediction show. You guys being so, like, just being interacting with us. Is it
Yes, interacting and supportive, even though I don't really watch WWE like that, but you guys are still here listening to what we have to say. Like, I'm very thankful. Very, very thankful.
super thankful? And if you guys have not yet subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment down below and like the video, because all of those, like, anytime you interact any type of way with our videos, it helps with our algorithm. It gets the video shown out there to people's pages. And maybe sometimes when you type in wrestling, maybe Wrestfriends will pop up. Like, so the more likes that we get, the more comments, that really does help us out. And we appreciate you guys spending your Friday mornings here with us. If you weren't able to watch all of last week's episodes, like, those are always posted on our podcast page either way. So any way that you stream, you'll be able to listen to those back. So thank you guys so much. We absolutely appreciate it. Restaurant, do you have any final thoughts before we end the stream?
No, well, I hope you have fun at WrestleMania, restaurant.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping and wishing that you, Lo, and Mario have the bestest time ever. I hope WWE gives us one of the best WrestleManias ever because not only do I want you guys to have fun over there, but I want to have fun watching at home too. And I think a lot of these matches have so much potential to be very great. So I'm hoping for the best. Again, thank you to everyone. Thank you so much, Scott.
That's awesome job as usual, ladies. Tears.
You guys
Thank
are so
you.
sweet. Seriously. Yeah. But no, that's all. Everyone, don't forget our Twitter and our Instagram at Wrestfriends. We have our link tree on there, and we have the links to all the Wrestfriends content. Anything you want access to, it's all on there.
Yeah, and we're not going to be live streaming on Friday because I will be in Philly already. I'm leaving on Thursday, and the week after that, you guys will have access to our vlog. So I'm going to vlog at Mania. So that's going to be a whole nother thing, and I'm really excited for you guys to see that. And then, I'll recap with Teddy on a show about how that was, and we'll see if any of our predictions were right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.